Dr. Christopher Doehring, always great to see you.
Hey, Mary, good to be with you. Thank you.
All right, so some news today. President Biden announced and the CDC updated guidelines for mask mandates outdoors. So there are a couple of caveats. They said we can unmask, it's safe to unmask outdoors, but only in small gatherings and if everyone in the group has been vaccinated. What do you think about these new guidelines?
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is an attempt to try to link some loosening of these restrictions with vaccination. So really trying to create a carrot of sorts to encourage more people to get vaccinated so that they can then feel comfortable, having loosened some of these restrictions like guidelines around masking.
Right. So it's interesting because he did say that when he was speaking that don't let up now, get vaccinated. It's not over. So that sort of push to get vaccinated is what you're saying might be, well, sort of a reward, right?
Yeah, I think as we saw for the first few months of the vaccine availability, the older population, people who are the most vulnerable, were very motivated to get vaccinated. We're coming out in very high numbers, and it's gone incredibly well. What we're seeing with younger populations is less uptake of the vaccine. And so I think really trying to lay out, hey, these are the benefits of getting vaccinated besides just being protected, besides protecting those you love. You can also get some of the freedoms back, the restrictions loosened around things like masking that are kind of painful for people.
Right. Okay. So Dr. Doehring, with that in mind, do you think it's about time that we've gotten here?
Yeah, I mean, I think as we've seen the spread drop significantly over the last 3 or 4 months, there's been a sense of, hey, when are we going to get to the point where some of these things can be loosened? And the governor here in Indiana has lifted some of those as we've seen the numbers improve dramatically. With the variants that are circulating and that are kind of causing some increases, particularly in some neighboring states, I think there's still this sort of breath-holding exercise. These, okay, we're making progress, but we're not there yet. And so really, again, trying to give people an additional incentive to go ahead and get vaccinated so we can get back to living our lives normally the way we would like to.
Right. I mean, that's interesting because we also want to, given that these new variants are here, we also want to exercise good judgment. So can you speak to also exercising good judgment? Because these guidelines say small groups, fully vaccinated outdoors.
Yeah, so while the sort of background rate of spread is relatively low right now, particularly among people who aren't symptomatic, the fact of the matter is the vaccine does a great job of protecting, but it's not 100%. And so we like to say you're bullet resistant, you're not bulletproof. And so it does make some of these precautions, particularly indoors, particularly when you're in close proximity to others, they continue to be important measures. So being outside, being with others who've been vaccinated, those certainly seem to be reasonable accommodations for allowing masking to sort of, fall by the wayside a little bit.
Wow, interesting how you put it, bulletproof, but not bullet resistant. It's a great way to put it. Dr. Doehring, thank you. Always great to see you. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, Mary, good to be with you. Look forward to next time.